Is the totem spell going to be getting nerfed soon because of how strong and broken it seems to be? Well, honestly, my opinion, no. Now, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Until then, I'm out. Peace. You guys almost thought you guys were gonna get a yap session, huh? Anyways, all jokes aside, is the totem spell going to get nerfed or not? Now, I keep getting asked this, or I keep getting told that yes, it's going to get nerfed. It seems very strong, but in order to kind of determine whether or not the spell is going to get nerfed, or is it really strong or just like overrated, we need to understand what the totem spell is. So just in case you don't know what the totem spell is, it is the newest spell that has been added to the game with the Townhall 18 update. Now, this spell is very strong because it allows you to place basically a golem, a like big pillar that has up to 13,000 hit points, which is a lot of hit points, anywhere on the map because it is a spell. And what it does is it temporarily stuns any defense or troop or hero or even guardian in the area, and it allows everything to be attacking it and redirects all the damage to it at once. And the tile radius is 6, which is pretty massive. Now, the only thing about the totem spell is it does not trigger poison towers and rage towers because obviously that would be too broken. But anyways, back to the question is this spell just overall too broken or is it fine? Now, I kind of want to give my opinion on the totem spell. I think it is a very strong spell. I know people are coming out with like some crazy armies with like 11 totem spells, electric dragons, 11 totem spells and dragons, 11 totem spells this, 11 totem spells that. To be honest with you, I'm just not really sure that just going based alone off of previous balance changes. I want to give you guys just a quick rundown or just a quick trip down memory lane. Normally when they do balance changes, if they do, it's very rare, and normally the buffs or nerfs are really not that significant in my opinion. I mean, all we gotta do is just look at like the electric boots, for example. The electric boots got nerfed and I've still been meta for like the last pretty much 2 years now, or year at this point, however long it's been. It's felt like so long. And even just look at a troop like the root rider. I mean, the root rider's been nerfed like 3 or 4 times and it's still the meta. I mean, I guess some things are just so broken alone in concept, like the root rider being able to walk through walls and have so much health. It's just a broken concept of a troop, and it's just very strong. I mean, it's very hard to kind of nerf this troop without changing the way it works mechanically. The same thing can be said about electric boots, man. They're just very strong overall. Like being able to just constantly have an electric aura around you kills skeleton troops or skeleton traps, air or ground instantly, kills pretty much every single CC instantly. I mean, it's just a very strong like equipment and concept. That's why it's so strong. I mean, it just, there's really no defensive counter to it unless of course you kill the RC. And that kind of brings me back to the totem spell. The totem spell is just kind of broken in its own way, like in the concept, like being able to just place a totem with a lot of health, and the fact that it's not timed or anything like a regular spell, and actually you can even heal it too. It's affected by healing tomes, it's affected by rage for whatever reason. Here, let me just show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. The totem spell is literally affected by heals. It's really interesting. Look at this. You could literally heal it, so you could just pop like a healing tome on it and it still won't die. I mean, I guess if you really want to do that you could, but there's really no practical reason, but just showing that you could do that. It's also affected by invisibility spells and a couple of other spells too. But anyways, the totem spell is just broken in its own way because of the ability to stun. It doesn't really have a time duration and it has a lot of HP. But the question is it going to get nerfed? I mean, I just don't know, man. I really don't think, guys, based off of previous balance changes, I don't think it's, I mean, I think it will potentially get nerfed, but my question is what is going to get nerfed about it? Like the housing space, I don't know, 2 housing space might kill it in my opinion, unless they increase the range of it. Otherwise, like if they make it 2 housing space, you might as well just use an overgrowth at that point because it like deletes all the damage at that point, and the hit points are just not worth it for 2 housing space. The only thing they could do maybe is reduce the housing space overall, like maybe to like a couple thousand. Like right now it's like 13,000 at max level. Maybe they do like 11,000, which would be kind of a big nerf for it. The main drawback of this spell though is that it's constantly like taking in damage from everything, even if a defense is not nearby, versus like an invis spell or a freeze spell or a skelly spell. A skeleton spell works over time. Invis spell instantly invises everything, so there's no damage being taken or no ricochets being taken, and the freeze spell just stops the damage completely. But the radius on this is pretty massive though, and like I said, right now like mass totem with pretty much anything works, at least in normal mode. Now I have not really experimented with the totem like mass totem strategy in legend mode. I've heard mixed things of like it kind of works, it kind of does, but the thing about like battle modifier modes and just rank battles in general, I feel like a lot of strategies that work in normal mode, to be honest with you guys, just don't really work in these battle modifier modes, because battle modifiers characters are actually kind of tough, especially in Legend League. But like I said, I've seen or heard that it could work. I guess it just depends. Kind of early to decide whether or not like mass totems is really going to be a thing, especially when Townhall 18 is fully rolled out. Like right now it seems broken, yes. One of the clear-cut examples of a troop just getting absolutely killed was the Druid, and honestly I don't want to see a troop or spell ever reach the level of the Druid again. I mean, the Druid was just completely like killed. Like Druids were trending or popular for so long, and they pretty much, instead of just like doing, in my opinion, a real balance change, they just kind of just killed the Druid and made it so that there's really no reason to run this troop. And I just think it's kind of sad when things like that happen. Of course, yes, I think that, I mean, obviously I think balance changes should always happen when things are broken, but I know there's a lot of Root Rider haters, but I think that things shouldn't get nerfed to the point of where they get killed. And I'm not gonna lie, even though obviously Totem eventually will probably get annoying if it's too broken, but I just think in battle modifier modes, it's really hard for things to be extremely broken nowadays. So like if normal mode is OP, I think it's fine. And it's also nice that something is new and exciting and actually worth using upon release. Because like, for example, the revive spell should have been, in my opinion, a very broken spell, but there's just better spells worth 2 housing space. Maybe they do a buff for the revive spell and they make it like 1 housing space. I don't even know. That's a crazy idea, but what do you guys think? The point is Totem Spell is a very interesting spell. It's a strong spell. I've literally been using it in a combination with my Valkyries just to kind of loot bases, but I'll end up like 3-starring bases as well, which is pretty crazy. I showed this yesterday for like farming. But yeah, it's pretty funny how you could I just literally quake like this. I put all the totem spells down like this. I just spread all the Valkyries on the outside like this. And I can't tell if this is just because like I said, normal mode is just kind of easier than battle modifier modes, or that the totems, but look at the totem spells don't even die. They're just sitting there getting completely distracted. The Valks just kind of run through, and this is kind of just with every single troop right now. I mean, the totem just completely distract everything for these Valkyries to kind of go through. You can see that slowly the base is just getting deleted. I mean, these totems just didn't die at the beginning. Look how much Valkyries I have left over. They just did not die. Like, I didn't even use the Eternal Tome. I didn't even use any abilities at all. I barely obviously even tried, and the base just completely gets crumbled with like totems and mass Valkyries, which is just hilarious, man. I can't lie. But at the same time, I was doing this with like skeleton spells and quake spells too, so it's like, Anyways, I just kind of wanted to yap about it. I think that it could get nerfed, but do I think it's going to get nerfed like right away? Probably not. I would maybe say give it like a month or two, or maybe like in the next update. I mean, I just don't really think I think it's strong, but I don't think it's as strong as people are making it out to be, but I could be wrong. I guess comment down below what your experience with totem spells have been so far. Have you been 3-starring with mass totem spells in ranked mode? I'm actually very curious. Like I said, it is a strong spell, but is it worth nerfing like right away? I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much the yap session about totem spell. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys subscribe, leave a like, and comment anything you want about the totem spell. Is it going to get nerfed? Is it going to get buffed? Should they buff any other spell in the game or any troop in the game? I think they should. I think they should do balance changes, hopefully very soon or in the next update. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video or stream. Until then, I'm out. Peace.